Yeah, not a pretty win by any means, but I told our group out there, like, I don't care if we get one hit. I don't care if we give up 15. Like, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what that scoreboard says at the end and us having one more run than they did. And it's what this group's done a great job of this year. When we've been elite, then we've won a lot of games. And when we've not been elite, we've found a lot of ways to get some timely hits, to execute some pitches in big spots, and that's what it was today. I mean, thought we threw the ball well in a lot of ways, and then some things that make you just kind of be like, man, come on, let's not give them anything there. Same thing offensively. We took some good swings, and then a lot of at-bats where you're just sitting there and we're in between, and it's kind of an uncompetitive at-bat. So, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know how. I mean, last year we lost this game here last year, right around this time of year, in a similar type game. We were on the wrong side of it. So, man, if this group's got one gene, it's the toughness and winner gene, and I'll take that all day long. So we know we got to keep growing. We know we got to keep getting better. We got to just play better baseball. But at the end of the day, we found a way to get it done tonight, and that's all that really matters.
Coach, Garrett Stigg with the clutch home run. He's had the power stroke since he's come back. I know he's been back, but he looks like a guy that's been hitting all year and didn't, miss a month and change due to injury or however much it was. Just what kind of a spark plug has that been for the lineup as a whole and just for him individually?
Yeah, me and Pat were talking today. Like, I love some of our young players. I really do. I think John Young is going to be a really good player. I think Peyton Steele is going to be a really, really good player. But I think today our best team is Brennan Norton and Garrett Staten doing what they're capable of doing. And G had just a professional at bat tonight. It was actually sitting changeup that at bat, which I was telling the same thing. I looked at Garrett. I said, I hope he sits changeup and hits one over the batter's side. He got a heater, but caught it strong, and that's kind of power he has. Hit one out the other way. So really happy for him too. Like, it was a huge gut punch for him just personally when he got hurt. He had a great opening weekend and is in a good place, and he's a senior, man. And he misses, a little over a month. That's sometimes a tough pill to swallow. And then when he came back, he's kind of thrust right in the middle of SEC play. So there's not any light at bats for him in there. But just happy for him. We're really fortunate. The difference in the game was really his homer and Brennan's homer was really the big difference in the game day. So good for those two.
Coach, Brennan Norton's glove has been here basically the whole season, and for maybe lack of a better term, he's been slumping on offense the past couple weeks. And today, he got his first hit since Saturday game against Tennessee, a multi-hit game, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and not the home run. Kind of having that spark offensively from a guy that maybe hasn't been hitting as well as he can hit. How does that help spark your offense and maybe have the best weekend?
Yeah, you need it, man. We need it. I think you look at it, and it's what he's capable of doing. And I think if you would have asked any coach coming in, like, what's going to be more the struggle for Norty? Is it going to be the bat or is it going to be the glove? I think we would have all said the glove 100 times out of 100. And he's worked his tail off and become a really reliable defender at second base to the point where we use him as a defensive replacement at times. So he's worked hard to get there. And with hitters like that, man, like, everything in college baseball is so compressed, and there's just, over the course of a pro season, a guy has a 2-week struggle. They're playing 160 games. We play 56, so everything gets magnified. And it's hard. It's a mental grind when you look up there and your average just goes down and down and down. And you can talk about toughness and all that stuff that really matters, but it's tough. But the one thing I'll say about Norty, man, is he shows up every day. He works his tail off. He prepares every day. When he's in the lineup, he's ready to go. When he's not in the lineup, he's the best teammate you can ask for. And he hasn't pouted. He hasn't felt bad for himself. He just kept plugging. And down the stretch, we got about 5 weeks of SEC play and a handful of midweek games left, and the clock's ticking there. We're going to need that dude down the stretch, and it was good to see him, man. You just love when good kids get rewarded, and he's an awesome one.
Carson, how important has veteran presence been for this team? You being one of them, these 2 offensive contributors being in that group as well, and you yourself getting in the neighborhood of that single season saves record. Just the consistency that this team's been able to have. How important is prior experience to that?
Yeah, it's super important. We're a pretty old team, I'd say, and we got a lot of young pups that their time's going to come at some point, whether it's later on this year or in the next year or so. So it's really important for us to, stay, positive throughout the entire season, have them looking up to us, and just us doing things the right way,
Coach Cameron Hayslip hurting Tuscaloosa tonight. I know that last at bat of the game, he was probably looking to pull one to right field. he's held hitless tonight. Kind of any history with him, kind of knowing his tendencies maybe a little bit more. Go into the game plan against him tonight, or?
Yeah, I mean, we just know how dangerous Slip is. I've seen him hit a million balls into that terrace out in right field, whether it's in scrimmages or whether it's in BP. Like, it's real juice. And I said this when we were in Birmingham. He's such an awesome human, man. Like, he's such a great kid, and you know, it's good to see him have the opportunity to play every day. Like, I know he probably wasn't thrilled with certain things, but man, he's an awesome human being. And man, Oz nearly gave me a heart attack when we walked the guy before him, because Slippy really enjoys hitting at this place. And you just see, you know, baseball is one of those funny games where you knew it was going to be him up at the end of the game or in a big spot. Fortunately, Oz executed some really good pitch to him, threw some really good changeups to him, executed a slider down that he spoiled a little bit, and then got him with a good heater there late. But Camden Hayslip is an awesome human being, and he's going to be an incredible success in life. Like, he's just, yeah, I'm sure for him, he really wanted to get that done tonight, and I'm going to pull for him every single game that he's not facing us. So I'm just glad we were able to get it done there late. Awesome dude.
Coach Bobby getting the start tonight, didn't start this past weekend, even though he's kind of been a fixture in that Sunday spot. How did he take that, and what did you think of how he threw the ball tonight?
I mean, like, I think like any competitor was not thrilled, you know, like, and I wouldn't want to be thrilled if he was fist pumping because he wasn't starting on the weekend. I think we'd have bigger issues. Like, he obviously would have loved to have started this weekend, but he's you guys talked about veterans. Like, he's a vet, man. He's been there, and I think he could acknowledge, like, hey, I got to be a little bit better in some areas. And when we tossed him the ball today, he did a good job, because I mean, we had a lot of guys kind of down today, you know, and knowing that we've thrown the shoot, everybody gets to be down but him. He don't ever get to be down. But most of these guys, like, we had some guys throw Saturday and Sunday. We had guys go Friday, Saturday. We've had some guys just extended that we knew probably weren't going to be on the table tonight. So we needed Bob to get out and get us out of the gate. We got a 0 there in the first, which was great. And he just made some pitches. Like, yeah, he wasn't perfect, but he executed some pitches. He got us a good start out of the game. And then I thought, you know, you can nitpick every guy's outing if you want to, but at the end of the day, they did a great job of minimizing stuff. Buck comes in with 2 guys on and leaves them standing there and gets a fly out to end the inning. Yeah, he walks the next 2 dudes, but the next inning. But man, Buck's been so good for us, and I was proud of how we competed. Bo Brines did some really good things. Finn was good. Blackwood was electric, and then obviously Oz there at the end. So really good for Bob getting us out of the gate and getting us going.
Couple more.
Carson, for a closer, you throw a lot of innings. And just in terms of how frequently you're used, how much does that help you, even though maybe it's a little bit different of a routine than maybe some college closers are used to?
Yeah, you know, I love being in those spots. It's what I came here to do, and I'm thankful that these coaches trust me in that spot. But it's just something that I've done before, so it's just go out there and do what I've done, keep executing pitches.
Coach, it's a bit of a short week. You had your series against Mississippi State, and then UAB tonight, and then you got to face, you know, a tough LSU team just in under 48 hours. Just how are you guys remaining focused with just such a tough, you know, stretch of games coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's what you sign up for. You know, that's why Oz is here. You know, he's had an incredibly successful career at Penn and a really good program and won a ton of games, and could have gone to pro ball if he wanted to, but wanted to come and pitch in this. And like, the reason you come here is to show up and go down to Baton Rouge on Thursday. Like, that's a huge piece of it. And so, you know, I think the biggest thing is, I told these guys out there, man, fortune favors the bold. It really does. Like, that's what I believe in. So we're going to face a really good team. We're going to face a really good pitching staff and one of the most intimidating environments of college baseball. And if we go in there and try to feel our way through it, we might as well not show up. But I can tell you this group, I'm not worried about that. Like, well, I can't guarantee what's going to happen in 3 games. I'd love to go win all 3, but I can't guarantee what's going to happen. But I can tell you we'll travel tomorrow. We'll have a light practice tomorrow night, and then Thursday at 7 o'clock we'll come out swinging.